And we're live!
What's up?
Welcome back, everybody, to Paulette Becs Wine Lives. We have been gone for a hot minute, it feels like.
For reals. Let's just cheers to that. We did not disappear, guys. We were just taking a little time.
Cheers. Cheers to being back.
Cheers. So tell me, Paulette, how the heck have you been?
I've been good. I feel like January has been the longest yet shortest month ever. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but like I feel like it's lasted forever, but at the same time I'm like, oh shit. It's February. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened.
Oh my goodness, I hear you. Like it has been a whirlwind of like you blink and the holidays are done and the first month of the year is done.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a bit of a rough start in January.
Did you?
Yeah, I just kind of felt like,
I get that.
But I feel like as the month went on, I got my groove back, and we've been doing some really good planning, guys. I'm really excited. We're gonna share with you at the end what's coming up in the future here. So
yeah. Yes, we have some fun things planned and some really cool people that are going to join us.
Yeah, we got some viewers already. Carrie's on with us.
Carrie, Miss Lori.
We got Lori, loving it.
Hello, beautiful ladies.
Hey guys.
All right, we have a fun topic for today.
Yes.
Because Paulette has been just rocking her online groove, her business. If you guys don't follow Paulette, you have to follow Paulette because it's not just the two of us here. We're on separate areas as well. She has been crushing it and getting tons of followers. People are just engaging with her stuff. But recently, I'll let you drop the little bomb on this one.
But along with wonderful followers, also come haters. And so today we're going to talk about that and give you guys maybe, because I don't know, it's because there might be other people out there that have their own type of online businesses. It doesn't even have to be online, actually. It could just be whatever.
You could be on Instagram and have thousands of followers. You could be anywhere, have followers and just posting about your life, and all of a sudden you get people just starting to hate on you a little bit.
Angry. Anyways, I had a really funny experience last week. So on my business page, we do digital marketing, and we oftentimes will put stories about ourselves out there and trying to like give some value, you know. And I had a girl comment on one of my posts, and let's call her Monica. She commented on one of my posts, and to be honest, it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it was like it felt angry.
You know, like when you have a like angry person, it doesn't matter if it's in a text message or anywhere, you can feel that. Like you can feel the anger, the hate, the like, whoa.
Yeah, and my whole thing was, it was a really positive message. It was all about surrounding yourself with people who fan your flames. So I felt like it was very uplifting.
It was. I watched it, and I remember when you posted that, and all of a sudden I messaged Paulette, and I was like, that is so good. Like, it just got me fired up, literally. Like,
well, that was the point behind it, right?
Carrie says she needs a Snickers.
Oh.
The hater needs a Snickers.
Monica needed a Snickers.
Oh
Anyways, it was really funny because as soon as I read it, I got a tiny bit offended, and my immediate reaction was to be like, oh no, you didn't. Or like, I wanted to like clap back and be like, but this is what was really, really cool. And this is why I want to talk about this is because I chose not to, because I thought about it for a second and I was like, That's not going to serve anybody if I just go back and like spew the same kind of hate or attitude that this girl had. And so I decided it would be much more productive to kill her with kindness. And what followed that was the freaking coolest thing ever. So I replied back to her, and I forget what I said, but it was very to the kind of like, I think you misunderstood what I was trying to say. And I told her like that if she was in a place where maybe she needed to surround herself with more people that fan her flames. And I put myself out there and said, I am more than willing to, I got lots of, give. I would love to be one of those people for you, Monica.
Seriously. And you know what was so cool is Paulette mentioned to me that she got a hate comment. She said, I got a hater. And so I went and I looked at this. And first of all, Monica, you didn't make any sense. Second, you could feel the anger coming from this post. But what is like so cool about this is we all started replying. Like not all, but like I answered it because I was like, girl, you do not hear the incredibleness, like the most amazing message coming from Paulette, because somewhere inside this person has to be so incredibly lost, angry, frustrated. Who knows like what they're going through, but they're trying. It's almost like when you feel so down or so angry, you try and pull those happy people, like you're faking it. It's not real. That's not right. Like that's what they truly feel inside. And then we get haters, but we just have to remember that them hating is not recognizing like the beauty in what's actually happening. It's got nothing to do with us as a person. Like for you as a person, it's got nothing to do with you because it's all positivity coming, but it's just like that girl.
Well, and lots of times it's like a mirror of themselves, right?
Well,
they're
yes,
just
exactly.
projecting how they feel inside.
I just found it. I found it. I had to find it.
Anyways, I chose not to take it personally. And I was just so incredibly excited about the fact that not just Becs, but there was several people that then commented in the same way to this poor girl who was so upset.
There's 5 comments back to this girl, and lo and behold, she did not respond.
She didn't respond because you know what? She thought about it afterwards because we all killed her with kindness. That was the coolest part. And I couldn't help but laugh a little bit because at the same time, like I felt sorry for this poor girl. Like she must be in a really bad place to be hating on somebody who's trying to spread sunshine, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I just thought it was really cool that everybody just kind of like rallied behind me and like were like putting themselves out there to be like, dude, if you need some love, then we got your back, sister.
Yeah, like no hard feelings that you just hated on us because we'll just love you harder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rolly's on. Okay, so my friend Rolly is on too, and she has had some haters this week as well.
It must be like that time of year, like people's New Year's resolutions are starting to slide, so they're getting angry. Like who knows? But like haters.
Yeah. What did Carrie say? Just hang on a second. Carrie said, "Trolls are uncute." The voice in Justin Timberlake. Yeah, she didn't sound like that at all. That's not what I was envisioning while I was reading her comment for sure.
Oh man. But like this is like the story of the online world. Whether you're like Paulette said, you're a marketer, you're a blogger, you do video logs, you're whatever it is, you just have a public Facebook page, whether it's business, whatever it is, Instagram, Twitter, all the different areas of the internet that you can utilize, YouTube. There's people out there that are going to hate. But something that's really important is also to recognize that you might have haters, but you also might have critics, which is very cool too, because it might just be, instead of instantly thinking that's a negative comment, I have a hater, we can always look at it too and think, well, maybe they just don't agree with me, but they're still following.
And that's okay.
Yeah. You can always have an amazing discussion too if someone doesn't agree with your point.
Yeah, totally. Respectfully, right? Like, it doesn't have to be just because you don't agree with me, you're a piece of bananas.
Seriously.
Oh dear, what has happened here? Just hang on one second.
Uh-oh. You know what? I just want to cheers to this because let's just cheers to the haters because those are the people that need the love the most.
Cheers. Mm-hmm. And like I said, don't respond negatively. Rolly said, Paulette gave me some good advice on how to handle it. Because I was not going to say anything. Because if you have nothing nice to say, well, it's true. My mom did tell me that as well. But
me too. I was also told sticks and stones, but it still hurts.
Right?
Yeah.
I was very happy with how it turned out. And I hope that on her end, she kind of like saw it later and was like, oh, you know?
I didn't get it. Or she didn't even watch the whole thing. Who knows? Because sometimes when we don't finish like reading things or watching things, it's usually because it makes us uncomfortable.
That's true. So for all you people out there, make sure you watch all the videos all the way to the end.
Not only for the algorithm.
1 minute. It's not like I went rambling.
You fanned her flame, girl. Mm-hmm.
Oh wait! Cheers to that. Cheers to fanning flames.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. So we found an article today, and it is 5 ways to cope with online haters or haters in general.
And even just recognizing critic versus hater, because I never had thought about that before reading this. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Very good, very good.
Number 2 is don't take it personally. Because like we talked about before, a lot of times it's just how they're reacting is sometimes, more often than not, it's a mirror of how they feel about themselves inside, right?
And something I thought that was really, really cool was they talked about how the screen dehumanizes the person. So really, they're not getting mad at you, the person that's made the post, that is in the photo, that's in the video, because like when you post it on there, it almost dehumanizes what it is. So then they're getting angry at the post itself, but not at the person. So it's really about not taking that personally.
Right. 100%. Number 3 is use it to get better.
Okay.
So like Bex just said, instead of taking it personally, use it as feedback. And I don't know if you guys know the difference between, if you know exactly what feedback means, but maybe Bex, you can touch on that because you're a professional in this topic.
Feedback is either right or wrong, good or bad. It's completely neutral, and it's just feedback. So when someone says something to you and you're doing something and you think it's absolutely amazing and they say something and you're like, wow, that was really, people always say positive feedback and negative feedback. Well, there's no such thing. So if you feel like hurt, or you're like, wow, that like really, like you feel that, I get a burning sensation like in my face and I go red. I don't know if it's the ginger or what, but that's what I get. Like, and then I'm like, okay. So once I learned what feedback really meant, I'm like, well, that's not actually negative, but usually that reaction that we feel inside when someone says that to us usually means that we agree with them. So that's a point in time where we can take that and flip it and be like, okay, well, that's feedback. So how can I adjust so that I don't feel like that anymore, or whoever's watching it doesn't feel like that anymore? So really, and then you can get positive feedback, and it's like, do more of this, do more of that. This is amazing. It's like, great, people are really enjoying this. And if you agree with it, that's great. If you don't agree with it, it's just feedback. You don't have to do it again, or you don't have to continue with it. Or even if someone says it's per se negative feedback, but you don't feel anything, you're like, wow, I can't believe you think that. But you don't agree with it, doesn't mean you have to change anything. Because literally
it's just feedback.
100%. So neither good or bad, right or wrong, it's neutral, just feedback.
And you know what's cool about that is that once you can wrap your brain around that and really take that into consideration, every time somebody gives you like what I always used to call it constructive criticism. Yeah. When you can take that without getting offended by something, like you get it. And I find,
go ahead.
Yeah, because it's a magical tool to have in your tool belt, actually. That blew my mind the first time I heard about it. And now I don't get so offended if somebody says like, well, what do you mean? You know, like that was always my reaction. Or assuming, I would assume that they were saying that to me as like a dig, or you know what I mean?
Yep.
But it doesn't have to be like that. And oftentimes you want your friends, you want your people to give you feedback so that, I mean, if you're making an ass out of yourself somehow, or, you know, you're wearing something that's like really not doing anything for you,
Like
wouldn't
what
you
not
rather
to
get
wear
feedback?
style.
What's that?
I said like what not what to wear style.
I would appreciate some feedback.
But I know like Paulette and I have given each other some hard feedback before. When we both we were at the same event where we both learned what feedback really truly meant. And it was like, whoa. And that it's almost a hard pill to swallow, because it's like, wow, I've been really taking what so many people around me are saying so incredibly personally, but it doesn't need to be, because it's just their opinion, and their opinion is 100% theirs, and I just choose what to do with it. And so when that happened, like, I know I run into situations where it's almost like I get blindsided, and then it's like, I'm like, whoa, and I can't gather my thoughts. And I'm like, I feel like I should feel one way, but I'm really feeling a different way. And I just need someone to ground me or give me like a true outside perspective on something, which would be feedback. And I'll often go to Paulette, and she'll be like, all right. And then give me her little spurt, and then it just like grounds me. You recognize it again, get someone, exactly what Carrie just said, someone else's perspective. And then I know I've done the same thing for Paulette, and it's just like, okay, I am overthinking this, I am overdoing it, or whatever someone said. It's like, it brings you back. It's like, okay.
Yeah, totally. It grounds you, like you said, for sure.
Totally. Yeah. So that was
cheers to feedback. Cheers to feedback, my friends.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We've been so MIA lately.
I know, it feels good to be back. It really does.
I know. I just have not had many of these.
I don't think I've had a drink since the last time we did a wine live.
For real? Not even over since our last Christmas one?
I don't even think I had a drink over Christmas, honestly.
All the power to you, my friend. I will choose not to say the same thing.
Well, no, you have yourself a case of homemade wine, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if anyone saw my post, but my father-in-law, we were supposed to bottle wine together. And I was actually working at the hospital one of the shifts where we were supposed to do it. And I was like, let's just wait a couple days and we'll do the wine. And honestly, I completely forgot. So he didn't remind me like the few days in advance. And he went and bottled it. And I remember joking with Kent and being like, crap, I forgot to bottle the wine for Christmas. And then I was like, I'll bet you there'll be a box of it under the tree. Sure enough.
Carrie said, I missed you. We missed you too, buddy.
Did we ever? All right. So that was number 3.
That was number 3.
Get better. So feedback.
Yeah. Number 4 is humanize yourself. So if it comes to the point where, because, you know, like sometimes people do talk about controversial things online, and you may or may not offend someone at some point. And sometimes you just say something. We're all human. Sometimes we say something without thinking, you know, how somebody else might feel about it. And you might make a statement that, you know, after rereading it later or re-listening to it later, you think like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's important to humanize yourself. And like, so if you have offended somebody, apologize for it. Like, let them know you're not perfect. This wasn't like, your intention was never to do that. And, you know, oftentimes people will then understand and be like, oh, okay, yeah, no worries. I didn't, you know, it doesn't have to be like World War III with like 1 million comments. And then people get mean. Like there's really no need for that. So I try to avoid anything politics and religion, because
I loved one of the points on this article too. Just avoid that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh. But one of the more really important things too is avoid like explaining yourself. So apologize to that person that you offended them or whatever it may have been, but don't try and justify your point or justify and try and convert them to understanding your point of view, because that's just going to stem and create so many things. But if you really just honestly just say, I'm really sorry that I offended you, or whatever it might be, who knows? I think it's really important just to leave it at that.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. We're all human.
Yeah. And there's no need to justify any of it.
Janine says, I suffer from foot and mouth disease. Yeah. I feel like we've all done that once or twice in our life.
Don't worry, Janine. So I had a wonderful numerology reading the other day, and I was told that it was actually justified to me that I am one that is not afraid to speak their mind and is not worried about offending people in the aspect of feedback, let's say. Yes, feedback. And I would often just say the things. I don't filter to cater to other people.
But basically, not in a negative way. You do it in a very constructive, like, feedback kind of way. And I really appreciate that quality in you, by the way.
She's only known me for a year, guys.
Yeah, but maybe old Becs was like...
Well, that's just it. But it really set off some light bulbs for me on, whoa, like, it's how you deliver what you're saying. But exactly. I'm the very same way, Janine, on foot in the mouth. Absolutely. Grew up like it. Lived with my foot in my
mouth. Carrie said me too, sister.
Absolutely. Oh, I just apologize. Yes.
Totally.
That's exactly what
the very last tip is don't focus on the negative. Which, like, bring it back to Monica. Same thing. I didn't choose to focus on it being like an attack at me, even if maybe that was kind of her. I don't even really think that was her intention. It was just she was not happy with herself or with her life or whatever, and she just needed an outlet to be like, she doesn't know me, right? Like I was an easy target in that moment at that time, but
100%.
I didn't take it personally. I actually looked at it, and you know what? This is the other thing, is that what if she never did comment back, but what if all of those comments that we commented back actually changed something for her and, like, made a little light bulb go off in her head and realize, like, wow, maybe maybe I was out of line, but isn't it cool that there's people out there that are, like, positive and encouraging?
So I want to just say one thing on this is, so I was having a conversation with Kent the other day, and we were laughing because we were saying, how crazy would it be if everyone in the world was so positive and supportive, and the odd man and the weird one out, or the person saying the strange stuff, was the people that would voice negative things.
Honestly, what a different world we could live in. Okay, let's stop. Let's cheers to that.
Could you imagine?
Cheers. I want to live in that world. I don't know about you guys, but I really do want to live in that world.
And we are just being just a small portion of helping others recognize that when you're positive, life is so much better.
Yeah. Rolly said she probably doesn't realize how negative she is. And you know what? That might be very, very true.
Yeah.
And like I said, maybe that's the thing.
Or maybe that it's even negativity.
What's that?
She doesn't even realize that is negativity.
Yeah.
Right? Because you just start going in this, like, spiral. You just start going in, like, this loop of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And you just don't know how to get out until... Honestly, it's like each person has their moment where they're ready to just, like, it's like, whoa, I'm not right. Something's not right here. And that's when they start looking for an out, regardless of what everyone has said to them. But some people never get that.
No.
They never have that, like, recognition or that feeling that I need to change or I need to do something different.
I feel when you do a lot of work on yourself, you start to be very, like, I find I'm very hyper aware of it now. So, like, it could be anything. Somebody will point out a negative of something, and it's like my body, like, screams inside, and I'm like, yeah, but tell me something good about it. How are we gonna flip it? I, like, have this, I can't not flip it.
I get rolling eyes all the time. All the time.
I know I realize for all those people out there it might be really annoying, but I just, I used to spend so much of my time thinking about like that I was a yeah butter. You know what I mean? And that's exhausting because, and it's exhausting for the people around you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Listening
Yeah,
to, yeah, but
totally.
like this really great thing happened, but it's not perfect because.
Oh, so Paulette called me out. This must have been, oh my gosh. When did we start our wine lives? This was last April.
Like, I think April, yeah.
So I think it was in April because we had been chatting for a while after Awaken in February. And Paulette said, "Did you realize that you're a yeah butter?" And I was like, what does that even mean? And like she just explained what it is, honestly changed everything for me in the way that I speak, because I'd be in my kitchen, I'd be like, yeah, but yeah, but it was like I had this little Paulette on my shoulder being like, and honestly, when I corrected doing that, it was like a world of a difference in the way that I speak. And I don't even yeah but in my head anymore. But I never had, but I had never even known that I was doing that until someone said something to me. And I just see that Janine asked a question here. Did you see that? It says, how do you deal with negative people who think everyone else is the problem? That's a tricky one. That's a very tricky one. I honestly and truly think that when someone is speaking negatively about other people, it could be the hardest thing to do, but to just say, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not here to talk about those other people. I think so-and-so is wonderful. Like, what can we discuss? Because often I think that those negative people, like the person that often is talking about people all the time, not thinking that they're the problem, they'd have nothing else to talk about. Mm-hmm. They literally don't know what else to talk about.
And I feel like a lot of times people don't even realize they're doing it. Mm-hmm. And it comes to the point where you have to. So I was in a situation recently where there was a whole bunch of people talking smack about somebody else. And immediately I just got all tense up inside. And it was really hard because I'm in this giant group of people who are all talking smack. And the only thing I wanted to do is be like, hey, and defend the other person that wasn't there. Because honestly, that person's not there to defend themselves. Mm-hmm. And I just felt my heart went out to that person. And I wanted to do that so bad. But I didn't want to put myself in a position where then I was the one who was, like that insecure part of me was like, yeah, but I don't want to speak up. And so what I did is I flipped it. Like I found a way to not necessarily, it wasn't like disagreeing with them, but kind of like I just kind of flip the situation. Like I tried to like squirrel. You know what I mean? Just because it just made me really
I've had similar situations where it's like, it's just yap about someone else or something that someone has done. And it just gives you that, like, when all of a sudden you no longer participate in that kind of conversation, because I absolutely used to, it gives you this very awful feeling inside. Like you start to feel hot and your heart starts to race. And I'm like, where is that person to speak what they were trying to do in that moment? And I try and put myself in that position of like, what if I had done this? And now there's 13 people talking about me behind my back, but I have absolutely no idea. And I don't even recognize that I have done something to offend, make someone mad, done something wrong, whatever it may be. And I know, like, I'll often just say, people will to me, and I just stay very, very neutral. And I'll say, oh, that's interesting because I've noticed that they did this, this, and this as well, though.
Yeah.
To flip it to a positive. And I will very often get like that look.
Oh, because how do you come back from that?
And it's right? And like sometimes people don't come back to talk, but other times they do. Like I've had people ask for like book recommendations when they recognize like that I've switched how I participate in conversations or the way that I act or whatever it may be, right? It's not to say like I'm so great, like I got a whole boatload of shit back there to work on, but it's like it never stops. And when you make that change, people do respect you more. Even the person, say, like back to Janine's question, even the person, like you might have to call them out. Do you realize that you're the one stemming all of these troubles?
Mm-hmm.
That these other people, like they're doing wonderful things, like whatever it might be. I don't know the situation, but just in that, like that type of an idea of someone where they're never the problem, but every single other person is, it's like, you have to try and flip it. And sometimes calling that person out is going to give them the utmost respect for you.
Yeah, totally.
You might not hear from them for months.
But just because they're going to need time to like process that and like, because they may not have taken your comment as feedback. They might have taken it as an insult or like, because you called them out on it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
And you might be the biatch for a while, but you also might be the greatest person in the world for the rest of their life. You can mic drop. I'll cheers.
Leanne says, I've been in those group situations, change the subject and don't give it life. Exactly. That's what I was trying to do that day. And I feel like I may have succeeded. So I felt better
Janine,
about that.
I did. Oh, cheers to you, my friend. That's a hefty thing to be able to do.
And then she said, I'm sure my spirit offends many. Because for all of you out there who don't know Janine, she is super positive. She's got rainbows coming out of her asshole. So just
I can't wait to catch some of those when I come and meet you one day. I'll catch the pot of gold at the other end. Oh man.
Yeah.
So who's all on here? I'm seeing lots. Oh,
you know, I can't really see all the viewers. I've always tried to like look, but it won't show me.
Reactions. Let's have a boo. Oh, my mama bear's on. Hi, mom. You're still here. You guys, okay, so this is like a total side story because I feel like we've hit our topic well. I have a very sick little babe at home. He has a respiratory infection. It's not influenza, which we discovered because we were in Emerge and had to get swabs and the whole meal deal done on him. And then I'm supposed to go to Vegas tomorrow. And Kent, my fiance, is supposed to go to Reno on Wednesday. And we had childcare figured out with my in-laws. We had dog sitter figured out to come to the house and watch our dogs for this time. Like I'm gone for a whole 7 days. Like I get home on my 7th day. I'm actually going to an event that Paulette's husband, Jerry, is.
Sister wife. No, I'm just kidding. Uh-oh.
Go.
Oh, we lost her. What has happened?
Am I there? Can you see?
You're there. You're back.
So it can affect elderly and anyone with a compromised immune system, basically. Long story short, we called my in-laws because they were going to take my son, and they are coming home from Nicaragua and they're sick. And I was like, so one of us was going to have to cancel our trip. And out of the blue, lo and behold, my absolutely incredible mother calls me and says, I will fly out so you guys can go on your trip. Book me a flight. Not even kidding.
Love your mom. I got to meet my mom. I got to meet Becs' mom when we went wedding dress shopping for Becs.
We drank since Christmas.
What's that? I have had wine since then. That's true.
Okay. Anyways, sorry.
Thank you for that feedback. No.
Anyways, my mama is coming out here. She will be here in the morning, but I will not be here. I don't get to see her until I get home next week because she's going to come and watch my little guy because he can't go anywhere. He's sick. He broke his fever, but he's got this nasty cough. He's contagious for another week, basically. And she's like, I'll wear a mask. Like, honestly, you guys, she's amazing.
Dorothy to the rescue.
And all the love to my in-laws because they are sick, so they literally just can't do it. And it's like they would have, and all the love to them too because they help us like crazy. But like,
I feel like we need to cheers to the families. Cheers to the village who helps to raise our babies.
Seriously. I literally thought I was going to have to cancel, or Kent was going to have to cancel. And both of these trips are incredibly important for both of our personal goals and what we're doing. And it's just, crazy how things work out when neither of us got frustrated or upset. We were just like, okay, what is the next move? How is this going to happen? And then out of the blue, this call, she tells me and I was like, I love you. I'll call you back. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Oh, so is it Tina? Tina just said.
Tina says, Jerry is doing what? He's going to a self-development conference with Becs to awaken, the same one that I went to last February with Becs. So this year, Becs is actually going as a volunteer, and so she's going to be able to help facilitate the actual. Not facilitate. That's a little extreme. Sorry.
I'm not quite that caliber. I'm not quite that caliber yet, but I get to help behind the scenes, and I get to help with registration and volunteer, and I also will get to participate in some things as well because I am so incredibly excited that not only Jerry is going, but my big brother is coming with me. So
I know.
I can't wait. That's why we're going a couple days early. Jerry gets there on
Thursday.
Sorry.
Karen says, holy shit, yo. And she says that because she knows my husband very well. And this is not this is not in his wheelhouse. But this is why I love my husband so much, is because he has seen the change in me, and he is actually open to going and seeing what it's all about for himself. And so I am like proud as pudding. What is the thing? What is the saying?
I don't know.
I'm proud as pudding.
I'm so excited because these courses have absolutely they don't have anything to do with the digital marketing that we do. That's what I think is so cool.
Anybody can go to these things.
This course is like, it'll blow your mind in any aspect of life, wherever you are, ages. I think you have to be 19 to go. I don't know how. I'm not sure how old you have to go. I think at least both adults have to go. I think they've had a 16-year-old before, but both parents have had to have attended, and it can go all the way to like as old as you are to comprehend what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, it's for anybody out there. It's the most incredible thing I've ever done. It totally skyrocketed. I know where Kent and I are going, what we're doing. There's actually 3 courses you can do, but you totally don't have to do all 3 in order to get anything out of the first one. Like, first one is so impactful for anybody. I know Paulette's done the first one. I've done the second one, and I'm going to the third one, but it's like, it's my,
Should I show it?
Yeah.
I got a trophy. This is from Awaken.
I'll grab mine.
It says, congratulations on completing the course, awakening the greatness within you, the opportunities that lie before you, and the incredible life that awaits you. Win-win. I just love it.
Did you read it?
I know we talk about this a lot, but it's because it's had that big of an impact on our lives. So they do actually have a course coming to Canada. They have one coming to Kelowna at the beginning of March?
No, it's hold on, let me grab my calendar. It is,
I feel like it might be the last, like the very end of February.
February 28th, March 1st, 2nd. So it's February 28th, 1st and 2nd of March.
Yeah.
So I think Thursday I think is the registration, and it's March 1st, 2nd, and probably the 3rd, and then you come home on the 4th. So it's honestly, if anybody is like, I need to go to a course that is going to help me really dig into my demons, whatever it might be, what's holding me back. We cannot tell you what they do there. We cannot tell you what you will go through or what you will learn.
That's the really crappy part, is that you come back and you have all of this like wicked cool experience, but you don't want to tell anybody about it because you don't want to wreck it for somebody that's going to go, right? Mm-hmm. Like anyways, yeah. I want to do like a whole segment on what we learned there, but I can't because we tell you in secret ways.
Mm-hmm. Where did we learn some things? But we can't share anything because it would be taking away from each and every other person's experience from these courses. Now, what's so powerful about this is having the trust. They offer a complete full refund as long as you complete all 3 days and you don't feel you got anything from it. You will get a refund from the course. I do not believe that they have ever had a refund. I don't think they've ever had a requested refund.
Well, you can't.
Right? Because it's we're getting off topic. We're going to stop. We can.
I feel like we should tell the people about what's happening in February.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to start or should I? I'm going to start. Okay.
You start.
Because I'm going to Vegas. So I don't know if any of you guys follow Blaze Hunter on Facebook. She is the author of the book Heroine that we went over. Now if you guys are following her, you know that she just went to a big book signing conference, women empowerment. I forget the name of the whole thing, but it was one of Oprah's first apprentices has this big event that goes on in LA. And,
Harry might know.
And Cheryl did a TED Talk there. Like, mind blowing. I have been following her and it's absolutely incredible. So after we did our wine live with her, the second one, we were chatting and discovered that her and I are going to be, she's coming to Vegas the same weekend that I'm going to be there. But because of the way her conference goes and the way that mine goes, I'm actually an hour out of Vegas now and we wouldn't be able to connect. And she's like, well, I have a few days leeway. So she booked her flight from LA just a little bit early. So I will get to hang out with her and meet her in person on Wednesday. So I'm so freaking excited about that.
I know. So for all of you that have not, we've had Blaze on a couple times, right?
Twice. One about footprints and one about heroin.
Yeah. So the first time we had her on, we talked about her book Heroine, which is absolutely amazing. If none of you have read it, you should go back and read it. It's mind-blowing, incredible.
Hits your age here and it'll change a lot.
What's that?
I said it hits you right here and it'll change a lot. And
yeah, it's so beautiful. She's got such an incredible spirit. So I'm so excited because those two other side, these two get to meet each other for the very first time in person. Oh, it's magical.
If anyone watched our first wine live, like her and I, we were laughing so hard because we were like, when we jump off these, when we have guests, we usually talk to them for a little while afterwards. And we were like finishing, I'm not even kidding. We were finishing each other's sentences. We were wearing the same glasses. We were like killing ourselves. And Paula was like, like that was so funny. So I'm so incredibly excited to meet her. So not next Wednesday, in like 2 days, be prepared for a spontaneous, could not tell you what time, could not tell you where or when, somewhere in Vegas, on the strip, somewhere in a, I don't know, casino. Maybe we'll be playing some slots. I don't even know what to tell you. But we will be somewhere and we will jump on and just say hello and how cool it is to meet each other because the incredible internet is what is created her and I meeting.
Love it.
Right? Okay. And then the week after, so on February 19th, we have a incredible human being coming on. So she is also part of our online community that Paulette and I do our digital marketing from. Now, I met her at an event in Toronto in, I believe it was August. I went there and I got to meet her. She was volunteering. She had just joined the online community, didn't really know anyone. We got chatting and she works, okay, you guys, like the most incredible job I've ever heard of in my life. I didn't even know this existed. So be prepared. She tastes wine for a living.
So she's going to come on and teach us all kinds of fun.
So not only do Paulette and I not really know much about wine.
We just like to drink it.
And we call these wine lives. But she's going to come on with us. Now, I believe are drinking California wines. as far as I understand, that's as much as I'm going to lead on, but Paulette and I get to go shopping at the liquor store, and we are going to go over how to properly taste wines. And Melissa's going to discuss, like, I don't even know what to tell you about a wine. So she's going to tell us about those things. All I know is there's dry and there's sweet. I don't know because I only drink red. Paulette only drinks white. So she's going to explain to me. We're going to kind of test them together and do all the like fancy swishing and swirling, whatever you do. So that's going to be really, really cool. So that is on February 19th. We will be back here at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yeah. And then Paulette has an awesome announcement about the next week.
Okay. And then on the 25th of February, we are going to be, it's a Monday night instead of a Tuesday night. My girlfriend, Andrea Mathis, is going to be on. She is the amazing creator of Imperfect Life. And I met this girl when I was back in I think 2015. She actually had created a post one time called 10 Reasons Why I Love My Ugly Body. And this post went viral. I saw it. I read the post. I absolutely loved it. She's all about celebrating her strengths instead of kind of like what you look like physically. She celebrates what her body can do. And this girl is strong. She's been through a lot. She has a lot of life lessons. And she's just like one of the most inspirational people ever. I went to a retreat back in 2015 with one of my girlfriends, and it was so much fun. Such an empowering weekend full of women, or I think it was 4 or 5 days long, in North Carolina, and it was amazing. This is where she's from. And so she has agreed, bless you, Becs.
Sorry, you guys.
She's agreed to come on and tell us all about kind of what is going on in her life. And also she's created it's 12 steps to live an imperfect life. And so she's going to kind of guide us through that. And it's going to be full of tips and tricks and amazingness. And I'm so excited. You guys are going to love her.
She has an amazing page.
Her. So yes, we're really pumped about February. So
yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. You guys, we are so freaking excited to be back. I'm so excited. This is like,
really
this is like my jam once a week. Yeah. Like I was a little bit lost. Paulette and I still talk almost every day, but I was lost without these because we don't get to see Carrie and Leanne and Rolly and Tina. These are just the only names that I'm seeing right now. Janine, like seriously, you guys. And there's even some new people on here. Like I am so excited. Hi, Audrey. And I know my mama was on here. Anyways, I scroll.
Okay, well,
I scroll. I know Lori joined us. There's been, you guys, there's so many people that have joined us tonight. So we appreciate that so much. And we are so, so excited to be back. And we're going to provide like boatloads of value and fun. And make sure you have wine ready. I think we're going to stick to Tuesdays for the majority of the time, unless our guests are not able to do Tuesday, then we will reschedule for that week. But be prepared for Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's our jam right now. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Honestly, we're really glad you guys popped on with us, and I hope that you guys took something away from this. And yeah. Go forth and rock life tomorrow, my friends, or even for the rest of the week. We appreciate you all.
Send love to all the haters.
Love to the haters. Okay, guys, we will catch you on the next one.